Alright, woohoo! I wanna be. I can't tell. I messed up. Let me see, where's my thing at?
Wow, Evolution is back? What an amazing opportunity. Certainly glad that we put our best foot forward in front of Stephanie last week.
I know! What legends do you think will have the chance to compete against?
Woohoo! Lacey Evans.
I don't know. I can't wait to find out.
Lord, this is going to be something.
Lord, it's going to be something. I wanna be famous. Damn.
An unforeseen turn of events, a vicious attack from Lacey Evans had just completely upended tonight's schedule.
Nikki as Nikki's scheduled opponent will now look to get even against Lacey Evans.
Looking for an early pin. Two.
You rarely see a full 2 count this early.
Watch this incredible core strength. Up and referee in position. There's two.
That might have been closer than she thought it would be.
Oh, stomping away. Kick lands. Evades their offense. Runs through with the spear.
Going up top.
Just how better finishing things right now.
From the top.
She has. And Lacey is on the downside of things now.
Lacey has to find an opening and respond.
Gets the shoulder up instantly.
Not even a near fall there.
Lights out. Nasty. She can't find a response for this assault.
Yeah, you have to think her confidence is dropping now. Utilizing a little pen jack to the left. Both wrists captured. Looks like a questionable decision on paper, but I'm sure she had something up her sleeve here, Cole.
Swinging neck breaker. She's going up. Top rope hip.
To the midsection, pump handle applied. This is going to be bad.
That's back for Evans. Will that stop Lacey?
One-arm hook.
And my favorite one, let's see, so it's a little hard to find. I actually have a few. Let's start with this one. This one's taking the whole time to find one, but I gotta lift it up.
Here is your winner, the hero, Dangerous, Girl Dynamite.
Wrestle perhaps the perfect match.
This is not a toilet. It's actually a cake that I was asked to make to prove that I could make a super realistic toilet. And in return, I was going to get hired to make this cake for a very big video, and it made a lot of money. And instead, I was not hired.
Native keeps you fresh and clean from head to toe.
All right, this is. You should always have a contract to remake something. This is not a toilet. It's actually a cake that I was asked to make to prove that I could make
food.
Yeah, but I don't know how to cook. Yeah, but I don't know how to heat up my spaghetti.
Put in the microwave. Yeah.
But I don't know how long. Could you do it?
All right, this is for all you heartbroken bastards out there that just got done with an excruciating breakup. They've had their heart ripped out of their chest, still beating, thrown to the ground, and tap danced on. I know what you're going through. You thought you had something special. You're telling all your friends, hey, guess what? I found where rainbows come from. They come from this person's asshole right over there. And everything's all hunky-dory, filled with chicken nuggets and hot dogs and asshole rainbows. As time goes by, you start arguing a little bit more, and then a lot more. And those asshole rainbows, well, they start to kind of fizzle out, and all that's left is a bunch of shit. And then you actually break up, and man, does that suck. They move all their shit out, you come home from work, and your house is raided by the wet bandits home alone. After shit's gone, weeks later, you're still sitting in the house. She took the goddamn can opener! Bitch, she left me the goddamn aluminum foil and the hydrogen peroxide. She couldn't leave me the goddamn fucking can opener. So there you are, sitting there with your fucking can open, sitting there in total silence in an empty house. Oh, so this is why people kill themselves. You're depressed. Your friends are trying to get you to come out and take your mind off of things. Hey, you should come out with us tonight. No can do, bro. I'm busy tonight. I gotta cry in my car and get drunk. Oh, come on, just go out with us. Nope, I gotta cry in my car and get drunk. Oh, come on. I said I gotta cry in my fucking Ford Taurus and get drunk. God damn it! And then you finally do drag your lifeless carcass out and try to have a good time with your friends. But you can't even pay attention. All you can think about is whoever your ex is seeing these days. Yeah, he played Mr. Roper on Three's Company, you remember? Hey, asshole, you listening to me? Hey, are you alright? No, I'm pretty fucking far from alright. I need to buy a gun. I need to buy a gun with only one bullet. And that feeling of dread follows you around everywhere that you go. It's like when you go to your friend's house and his hyper-ass little brother always wants to wrestle with you, and he grabs onto your leg and he won't fucking let go of your fucking leg, even though you want him to fucking let go of your fucking leg, but he just fucking won't. You're walking around like an asshole and he's clinging on for dear life. Yeah, that's what it's like. And you try to get rid of all the shit that reminds you of her. You burn her house down in Minecraft. You're posting song lyrics on Facebook every day like, yeah, she'll see these fucking sad-ass Bon Jovi lyrics and she'll know it's about her. Alright, then a few weeks, months, years, maybe a lifetime goes by and you start feeling smiling again and everything's looking alright. Then your fucking brain comes in and says, hey, I just wanted to remind you, everything's not all right, and you're probably going to die alone. All right, see you later.
Repeat that? I couldn't hear over all the sucking up.
You just got to keep going. How many fucking lyrics can you post to Facebook anyway? Take that little bastard off your leg. Have a few drinks. Lord knows I have. That's the month of November. Y'all had a few drinks, all right. Get out there and find some more asshole rainbows. Nope, no rainbows in here. Just poop. The poop is green.
BruceDuke.com.
Up across the shoulders.
Bad spot for Evans. Driven down head first.
Alright, when I was a kid, riding bikes was a big deal. Everybody in the neighborhood had a bike. Now, me personally, I had a mountain bike. But not just any mountain bike, it was a big-ass mountain bike. It looked like it was made for a 6'5" lumberjack. It was the size of a kickstand. Had to use a trampoline just to get on the damn thing. Now, most of my friends had BMX bikes. They all thought they were pretty sweet. Their bikes had pegs on them. David, your ass can't even funny hop. Do you think you're Matt Hoffman? Is your ass gonna grind down some handrails or something? Then we had my friend Michael, who had the shittiest bike I've ever seen in my life. They were there rolling around on bikes in the 1920s. Who wants to get their ass beat in a race? Like, look, nobody's going to race you with your stupid ass Charlie Chaplin. Now, four of us who ride around our neighborhood, we must all suffer along. To us, you're like a shitty little biker gang. Hey, we're like a bunch of bikers. You guys all need tomahawks. I'd rather shit broken glass than anywhere stipulation. Well, shouldn't we have like a name or something for a bike gang? Yeah, let's be called something tough, like the Scorpions. How about the Panda Bears? Yeah, Michael, let's be the Panda Bears. Get some leather jackets made and everything. Sounds real intimidating, doesn't it? Hey, what are you guys? The Hellbang? Yeah, that sounds pretty gay. We're the Panda Bears. We keep riding around the neighborhood. We got our fake tattoos and candy cigarettes. Maybe we're wearing some broken sunglasses found in the street. We'll see who can make the longest skid mark in like the driveway. Who does the black marks all over the place. Like the stepdad will come out. What the hell are you guys doing to the driveway? God damn it, Michael, you're getting 10 across the ass. Yeah, well, neighborhood. Checking out
momentarily stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, there's 21 years on this bad boy. I have no idea how they work. Yeah, practically in the X Games. One time I grinded on the Great Wall of China. Last summer, my stepdad found this spike in a river. He set up a little ramp in the street so he could soar a whole 3 feet to the sky. Michael would try to go off the ramp with his shitty little bike. That damn thing would explode on impact. Like a whole summer, Michael didn't have a bike. He had to ride on David's pegs. Well, riding on pegs is like sitting on the big seat in the bike door. Nobody wants to do that. All right, we're going to the park. Get on the pegs, Michael. You're riding bits. I don't want to ride bits. Get on the goddamn pegs, Michael. Ride bits and you will like it. After a while, he started using his sister's pink Barbie bike. The thing had like one training wheel on it. Shit. We didn't want to be seen in public with him, so we'd like ride like an extra 50 feet ahead of him. Just pretend we didn't know who the hell he was. Hey guys, late name. Wow, why is that retarded kid on that Barbie bike following us? I have no idea. Now, on one particular day, we were out on the street and we were racing each other. One of our friends, Tommy, shows up on his bike and he's getting this kid down. Now, we didn't like Jonathan that much because he's an asshole. No other way to put it. He was kind of a dick. Tommy just hung out with him because he had some PlayStation. Makes sense to us. What are you guys doing? Are you guys like a bike gang or something? Yeah, we're the Panda Bears. Wow, that sounds pretty gay. We're the Scorpions. God damn it, Michael, I told you Scorpions was a better name. So you guys, like, want to race or something? All right, we'll do a 1-versus-1 race, down to the end of the street and back. Who's going to go first on your team? Wait a minute, Michael, what the hell are you doing on their side? My name's not Michael, it's Tomahawk. God damn it, Michael, get over here on our side. No, I'm changing teams. Jonathan said I can play his PlayStation. station. Oh, you're such a hooker, Michael. God damn it. All right, somebody help me on my bike. Michael, I am kicking your ass. Get on your stupid Barbie Dreamhouse bike. Let's race. Thank you for joining us at 13 o'clock news. This just in, there's a drag race happening on Burton Avenue. We have Dan Peterson at the scene. Dan, what do you have for us? Well, Tom, it looks like it's the Pandas versus the Scorpions. It's like some kind of shitty West Side Story out here. That sounds astounding, Dan. Can you tell me who the competitors are? Well, Tom, it looks like a toddler on a giant bicycle versus a transvestite on a Barbie bike. So we start racing, and we are flying down the street. I'm changing gears all willy-nilly. Michael's pedaling that little Barbie bike like he just robbed a liquor store. But the thing is that this little girl bike was never meant to go over 9 miles an hour. I was flying on the road. Well, imagine his surprise when the chain pops. He goes soaring through the air and cracks his face on the pavement. I see this happen, and I do what anybody would do. I keep on fucking going. The middle of the goddamn race. Michael's ass could have been shot by a flight boat, and I wouldn't even stop for a second. He's on the ground. There's blood all over the place. He's crying.
Baby.
I get back to everybody else, and I'm like, yeah, you guys suck it. This is Panda property. Bamboo boys for life. Where's my glass? Well, that is a good question, isn't it, John? Where is Tom Hawk after all? I'll tell you where he's at. He's limping his jacked up Barbie bike back home. That's where he's at. He's still got tears in his eyes. His face is all bloody and shit. God damn it, Michael, what did you do to your sister's bike? Now you're getting 20 across the ass.
And she really took her time getting out of that one.
I'm a responsible meat man. Which is why I was tipped.
Alright, you ever think back to when you were a kid, about some of the screwed up or embarrassing things that you took part in? You know what I'm talking about. Maybe you were the kid that peed your pants in the second grade during your spelling test, or maybe you drop-kicked your best friend off the trampoline and broke his pelvis. Whatever it is, I think it's safe to say that we all have some deep-seated childhood regrets that we all carry around with us. Like, for example, one time when I was a kid, me and my sister decided to order pizza. The only problem with that was, it was the middle of winter, and it was like a goddamn stage 3 blizzard outside. Now, what kind of asshole makes somebody deliver pizza on this hellish nightmare? There's fucking waffles outside and shit. Who does such a thing? Well, 9-year-old me and my older sister, that's who. After like 2 hours of us ordering the pizza, our doorbell goes off. Like a piece of shit, my sister sends me out to take the poor bastard to get our pizza. So I open the door, and of course, the delivery guy's this old dude all hunched over, freezing his ass off. Oh, hi there, Sonny. Sorry I took so long. I almost slid into oncoming traffic getting here, and I have arthritis in both of my ankles, so I can't move so fast. Holy hell, what a complete perfect asshole I felt like taking this guy's pizza. And to make matters worse, all my sister gave me to tip this guy was some couple of crusty ass dollar bill that was like somebody blew their nose into it. So I handed it over to the guy, and all of a sudden, the fucking gust of wind ripped it right up.
A show of sportsmanship and respect for the legend. What an amazing evening we just witnessed.
Out of my hand, and the thing goes tumbling off into the abyss, never to be seen again. But now this feeble old man's just staring at me, arthritic ankles and all. What the hell am I supposed to do in this situation? Well, what I should have done was got old man River out of the elements there, served him some hot cocoa, and made him my honorary grandpa. But instead, I just fucking shut the door in his face. I was like 8 years old, alright? I didn't know what the hell to do in a situation like that. Oh, okay, have a good day then. I guess I'll die now. And that was it. I sat down and ate some pizza, and I never told anybody about that experience ever in my life. So now as a grown-ass man, 20 years later, I'll be laying in bed at night, and I'll just randomly start thinking of that old guy freezing his ass off. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to explain when I'm standing outside the pearly gates and shit. It says here that when you were 9, you attempted to murder an old man for a Little Caesars one-topping. Do you have anything to say for yourself? Yeah, I'm gonna have to plead the fifth on that one, Pete. You see, that's the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Childhood regrets that you'll never live down. Now, another childhood regret of mine was when I was over at my friend Zachary's house that lived across the street. And Zachary was a weird-ass kid, but we'd always put up with him because he always had the coolest toys growing up. I mean, he had the talk boy from Home Alone, he had Furbies coming out the ass, he had the fucking robot from Rocky IV. The kid had it all, what can I say? But the thing that we were most envious of was his gigantic Pokemon card collection. And this was back in the 90s, when kids valued Pokemon cards more than life itself. Michael, if you ever touch my holographic Charizard, I'll find and murder your entire bloodline. Do you understand me? But Zachary didn't care about his Pokemon cards at all. They're all spread out in his room, all willy-nilly. They're all ripped and bent up and shit. His ass practically tap dance all over him. He had so many of them, he didn't care. And that shit made us sick to our stomachs. I mean, it would be one thing if these were just energy and trainer cards we're talking about, but the kid had a holographic Zapdos on the middle of his floor, for Christ's sake. To us, it was like fucking animal abuse for fake animals. Somebody should have called the Fake Humane Society on his ass. So after seeing Zachary's blatant disrespect towards his holographic Zapdos, what the hell did I decide to do? Well, what I should have done was take Zachary aside and be like, dude, I've seen a kid beat another kid over the head with a pogo stick for a fucking holographic Zapdos. Get your shit together and take care of your Pokemon cards. But instead, I fucking pocketed that holographic Zapdos. Yeah, that's right, I stole it. I'm not proud of it, but with my broken 9-year-old logic, I wasn't stealing it so much as I was rescuing it from a life of cruelty. So now after all these years later, I'm still filled with regret because I stole this kid's shiny fucking piece of cardboard. But what the hell am I supposed to do? Track down Zachary's goofy ass and be like, hey, I know we're both grown-ass men now, but that's a Pokemon card that I stole from you back when Bill Clinton was in office. All right then, see you later. Oh, and by the way, you're a cartoon on the internet, and I didn't bother to change your real name. Sorry about that. So if you're watching this, Zach, I just want to say sorry about the petty theft, and if you want your Zapdos back, well, I still have it, because I take care of my goddamn Pokemon card. Alright, let's do one more memory about me being a piece of shit, and we'll be done with it. Now this time, we're in my next-door neighbor Michael's front yard, and we're doing what most dirty little kids were doing in the 90s. We're playing WWF front yard wrestling, that's what we're doing. And this particular matchup was between my friends David and Michael. David, of course, was Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Michael, on the other hand, was Bill Goldberg. Now, of course, we told Michael that he couldn't be a WCW character, but naturally, Michael didn't give a fuck. So there they are, fighting to the death in Michael's front yard. I'm playing the role of referee in this shitty wrestling match. And to call it wrestling to begin with was a stretch of the imagination. I mean, you got David over there, like, ripping the hair out of Michael's scalp and shit. I'm just standing there like, okay, I'll allow it. That's a completely legitimate wrestling move. Well, things start getting a little dicey when these two idiots start getting a little too close to the sidewalk. Now, what I should have done in this situation would have been like, hey, you idiots, get back over here. Somebody's about to crack their head on the sidewalk. But what I did instead was not say a goddamn thing. I mean, there's a styrofoam championship belt on the line, for Christ's sake. I can't interrupt the match now. Well, imagine my surprise when David pulls off a haphazard German suplex, and he cracks Michael's head on the sidewalk. And I gotta say, it was loud. Sounded like a fucking 30-06 going off in the neighborhood. At the time, I thought Michael's brain just exploded on impact. I was almost positive people on the street were calling the cops like, yeah, hello, police, get the paddy wagon. I just watched a kid in a Scottie Pippen jersey get murdered in cold blood. Thankfully, to our surprise, Michael sits up, and, well, he's looking a little disheveled, to say the least. Michael, are you all right? So now, what did me and David decide to do? Well, what we should have done was run inside and get Michael's drunk-ass stepdad and be like, hey, Mr. Michael's stepdad, we were being deeply irresponsible, and I think we might have just scrambled Michael's brains into oblivion. But instead of doing that, we just took off running down the road and left Michael to die by the street. I know, it was a shitty thing to do, but again, we were like 9 years old, and we didn't want to get in trouble. Hell, we even went back and grabbed the styrofoam belt before Michael's stepdad came outside flipping out. Oh, what the hell's going on out here? Michael, fix that stupid look on your face and get your ass inside. Now, in the end, Michael was all right from that whole event. I mean, he probably had a mild concussion at least, but, well, it was the 90s, so it was no big deal. What do you mean your head's fuzzy and you can't remember how to tie your shoes? Oh, rub some dirt in it and stop being a wuss. So, Michael, if you're watching this, I'd like to apologize on behalf of me and David. We shouldn't have left you there on the side of the street. But at the same time, I'm going to stand by my call. It was a technical knockout, and David's still the champion. So I guess you can suck it. The end.
BruceDude.com.
Oh, that one.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. We've been too busy making our customers happy to actually...
Alright, like a lot of people out there, I've dabbled in the art of driving for Uber. By no means am I an expert Uber driver. After all, my Uber career was pretty short-lived. By short-lived, I mean I drove a whopping 3 customers before I quit. But if you're out there wondering what it's like to be an Uber driver, well, let me tell you about my experience. Now, it's important to note that this was years ago, back when I was in the middle of what I like to call my quarter-life crisis. And that was when I was working a dead-end job at a car dealership, I was broke as hell, and I was just sucking ass at life in general. Oh, and not to mention I had that IRS on my ass for back taxes, so that was fun. So running out of options, as well as running out of shit to sell out of my house, I registered to become an Uber driver. Now, this was when ride-sharing was still relatively new. To be honest, I didn't know much about it. Hell, the first time I saw Lyft drivers with mustaches on the front of their cars, I was like, what the hell? We're putting fucking facial hair on Buicks now? God damn, I remember wood paneling on station wagons back in the day, but this shit's ridiculous. Now, needless to say, I was pretty hesitant to become a driver in the first place. I mean, is this Uber thing even legitimate? Am I going to pick some random stranger up on the side of the road and then be robbed at knife point for the 47 cents in my center console? Stabbed in the pelvis with a shank, 1 out of 5 stars. Well, considering I was broke as hell, I didn't have much of a choice. Let's roll the dice, Uber. Let's see what you can do for me. And like I said, my Uber career was really, really short. 3 customers is all it took for me to quit. My first customer, or passenger, or fucking ride-along buddy, whatever you want to call him, was a businessman that was out of state. So I pull into the parking lot of the hotel that this guy's staying at, and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Does the guy sit in the back seat, or does he sit in the front seat? Do you let him fuck with the radio if he wants? Do you high-five him when he gets out of the car? What the fuck is this going to be like? This is so weird. So this guy starts walking out, and he looks normal enough, I'd say. So I try to be polite and lean over and open the passenger door for him. All of a sudden, this guy looks at me like I'm some kind of fucking pervert, and I'm trying to have my way with him in the front seat. Shit. Oh, all right, well, that answers the first question. Everybody sits in the back seat. Unless you're a pervert, you're up front. So we start cruising along in silence, and the silence is pretty palpable at this point because, well, there's a grown man in my car that thinks I just actively tried to seduce him in the front seat. So I figure, how about a little bit of small talk to ease the tensions in the car? So are you from out of town? Yeah, that's why I'm staying in a fucking hotel after all. Oh, okay, well, I'll go fuck myself. How about that? Okay, we're over 2. Believe it or not, the guy didn't write me off completely. Hey, so what's a good place to eat around here? A good place to eat? I don't know, I eat fucking Del Taco 5 times out of the week. The hell, am I a fucking tour guide for the shitty city I live in? You ever been to the Applebee's? Their wonton tacos are pretty good. Just say we didn't talk much after that. That's what happens when you offer up Applebee's as a viable place to eat. There's in the back seat probably questioning my mental capacity.
Watch your back.
Applebee's, is this guy serious? Hey, why don't you just keep your attention on the road and try not to hurt yourself? Finally, we pull up to this guy's destination. He gets out of the car. We do not high-five whatsoever. But he does give me a $5 tip. Now, granted, I think he just felt bad because he thought I had some kind of condition of some sort. Do you have some kind of donation jar in there like they have at gas stations, or do I just give the money to you? But I don't care. $5 tip plus $15 for the ride, that's $20 I made. I mean, that's $20 the IRS made, but at least I got to touch it for a little while. Now, my second rider happened shortly after my first, and to be honest, nothing really happened. We just sat there and talked about how shitty of a show Full House was back in the day. Yeah, fucking Full House sucked ass, didn't it? And Dave Coulier was fucking weird. Yeah, I concur. And fuck the Olsen twins while we're at it. Again, there was no high five, but I did make $12, and I got a $2 tip on top. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, well, what the hell? You're driving around, making money, talking shit about Full House? Being an Uber driver sounds great. Well, sit your ass down. You haven't even heard about my third customer. Now, at this point, it's like midnight, and I'm tired as hell. And I'm still active on Uber because, well, last time I checked, I'm still broke as hell. I'm half awake, and I get a goddamn notification on my phone with a new rider. And, of course, it's on the shittiest side of town that nobody wants to go to. I gotta sit there and have a conversation with myself. Do I really want to get up right now? Do I really want to go to the fucking hood? You bet your silly ass you do. Now get in your Ford Taurus and go make daddy some money. So I get in my car and off I go to the fucking armpit of the city, and I pull up to this guy who's standing on the sidewalk with a book bag, and needless to say, he looks like he's a few french fries from a fucking Happy Meal. Oh boy, well this doesn't look too promising, now does it? So this guy gets in the car, and I have to say that this guy reeks. Now I don't know what methamphetamine smells like. It wasn't exactly a scratch and sniff sticker when I was a kid, but if I had to guess, it would be this guy 100%. But at this point, I'm like, whatever. Methamphetamine, schmethamphetamine. Let's just drive this guy wherever he wants to go.
Like someone
Let's not think about whatever this guy's all hopped up on, or how many barbiturates are in his book bag. Let's just take this guy wherever he needs to go. So again, I try to have some casual conversation to break up any tension. Hey, you see over there by that liquor store and that dead hooker in the street? Yeah, there used to be a Denny's right there.
Listen, I don't care who awarded Lacey with that U.S. championship.
In fact, he could give a fuck about anything because all he's doing is sitting there muttering to himself like a psychopath.
A lot of women on SmackDown.
Yeah, among other things.
So now I start freaking out because clearly this guy's
beautiful
unstable.
song.
Only a matter of time before he whips out a knife from that book
Anyway,
bag. I'm negative
I told
47
Lacey that as long as I'm in the gym in this
all right,
brand,
you need to
she has to
strategize
defend the
here.
women's
Maybe you
US
should,
title.
She's
start
setting
doing
the
some weird
terms for
shit
her
yourself.
title
Give the
defense?
guy a taste of his
Well,
own medicine.
when Lacey Evans is involved,
I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid as hell. Maybe instead I could, like, intimidate him somehow, you know? Hey, just a warning, buddy. I keep a fucking flamethrower in the trunk of my car, so no funny business. I'm not gonna be able to intimidate this guy. He's whacked out of his mind. Not to mention fucking Drops of Jupiter's playing on the radio right now. That she's back in the atmosphere. Drops Jupiter in her hair. Yeah, I'm not intimidating jack shit, that's for sure. I might as well be fucking Pippi Longstockings in the driver's seat, for Christ's sake. Now, thankfully, this guy didn't request a very long trip. It was just a couple of blocks. He easily could have walked it, which I'm surprised he didn't, because I thought meth heads had a lot of pep. Apparently not this guy. So we reach his final destination, a pawn shop next to a active crime scene or whatever the fuck it was. And this guy opens the door, but he doesn't get out at first. Instead, he starts rummaging through his book bag. That's when I start thinking, yep, I knew it. I'm about to get shanked for pocket change. God damn it. Meanwhile, Drops of Jupiter's blaring out into the streets and shit. Na, 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 na. And this guy keeps searching for whatever it is he's looking for. Finally, he finds it. And you wouldn't believe it if I told you. This guy pulls out of his book bag a fucking thing of Tic Tacs. Oh, thank Jesus, holy hell. A bit anticlimactic, I know. You guys can kiss my ass, I was happy not to get shanked by a thing. The dude gets out of my car right before I peel out of there like Smokey the Bandit. I look at my phone to see how much money I made. It was a whole $5.50. Oh, what the hell? It was an accessory to a third-degree felony for a whopping $5.50. My car's built like a fucking 30 fucking army guys, for Christ's sake. You could at least give me a tip. Your tip is you got to keep your life, you little baby back bitch. So needless to say, I retired from the Uber life after that. And decided that making shitty cartoons for the internet was a slightly safer way to make money. So the lesson here is, if you're gonna drive for Uber, make sure you have fucking Tic Tac. Because nutbacks can be pretty scary, but they still care about having fresh breath. See ya.
She wants to be here.
BruceDude.com.
Want some water?
Yeah.
You got big goals? You got new ways to reach them. New ways to make that cheddar, bacon, bread.
Has been planted.
Re-entering the ring now.
Alright, now a lot of you may already know this. I like to have a drink from time to time. And by all means, I'm no Stone Cold Steve Austin, but I like to think that I have a decent tolerance and I can hold my own. Now, of course, that's not always been the case. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? So today I'm going to tell you about the first time that I got drunk. And of course, it's not a pretty story, a lot like everybody else's story about the first time they blacked out, made an ass of themselves. Oh gosh, the first time I got drunk, I kicked in the bushes, broke up with my boyfriend, and then shat in my own sack. That's great, and Carol, that's a nice title. I'm going to tell the story anyways because this is my shitty cartoon channel, and I feel like telling it. Before I do that...
Oh, bad for you. It makes you smell like divorce. That's the reason why your Uncle Rick sleeps on your couch.
Oh, God damn it. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's set the stage. It's roughly 10 years ago, and my roommate Brewer just turned 21 years old. We're looking to celebrate. How are we going to celebrate, you ask? Well, we're going to fucking drink like pirates. What do you think? Well, since we were both broke as hell back then, our options on alcohol were very limited. After all, your beer budget's pretty slim when you're having utilities shut off on a routine basis. So naturally, we got a case of the cheapest, shittiest beer we could find. No, even shittier than that. Shittier still, keep going. Whoa, whoa, way too far. No, not fucking animals, Jesus Christ. There, that's the one, perfect. So we have some friends over, we start drinking some beers and we're playing some cards. Well, imagine my surprise when I find out that I hate the taste of beer. I thought it was yucky back then, which was crazy to me because my ass grew up watching Stone Cold Steve Austin two-fisted cold ones every Monday night. How the hell could I not like beer? Maybe it tastes different if you drink it on top of a sucker in your underwear. I don't know. Fortunately for me, Brewer didn't just get shitty beer to drink, he also got an equally shitty bottle of tequila. We're talking bottom of the barrel stuff here. This ain't no Jose Cuervo. It's Jose fucking Telefunca. It's a very unauthentic bottle of tequila, about as Mexican as high school Spanish teacher shit. Pico de Gallo. Por favor? Gracias. Now let me just say, learning how to drink on shitty tequila is a terrible idea. It's like trying to learn how to ride a bike as a kid on fucking Evil Knievel's rocket cycle. That wasn't going to stop me because that night I was determined to get hammered. You guys dare me to take a shot for every hand that I lose? What? No, dude, that sounds like a terrible idea. Okay, do you double dare me? No, dude, are you fucking nuts? Okay, fine, I'll do it. I'll fucking do it, since you insist. Now, the name of the game that we were playing that night was Euchre. For those of you that don't know, Euchre is a card game that we play out here in the Midwest. And Euchre just so happens to pair very well with drinking copious amounts of alcohol. It's pretty much all we got to do out here in the Midwest. What can I say? But taking a shot for every hand that I lost from Euchre was stupid as hell. I mean, for one, I blew ass at you. I had no business making that bet in the first place. And for two, since I never drank before, and the alcohol tolerance of a fucking diabetic third grade. But throughout the night, I'm getting my ass kicked in. I'm having to take shot after shot like a fucking Superman. Gulp, gulp. Oh, God, it tastes like spicy piss. I hate it. And contrary to games like bowling or pool, I don't get better at euchre the more that I drink. I just get shittier and shittier and shittier. Halfway through, my liver's yelling at me from the inside and shit. Stop calling Trump when you're four-suited, you stupid asshole! Are you trying to ruin us? Well, needless to say, about an hour goes by, and all of a sudden I'm fucking drunker than a stepdad at a Little League game. Gulp, gulp. This doesn't taste like spicy piss anymore. This doesn't taste like anything anymore. I still...
For American corporations. However,
someone who argues general manager for some ungodly reason has put his face in here on SmackDown. She thinks she can challenge me for the Women's United States Championship? There is no one more unfit to carry the title. Bless her heart. Her patriotism doesn't even come close to mine. When I was born, I was swaddled in the stars and stripes. My first words were not mama or dada, but God bless you. And no one can touch my perfect 45-degree salute. My challenger? She's just a plain old mess. And I can't wait to prove that to the whole of these United States and the entirety of the WWE universe.
Is that it?
Pull into the bathroom, and like a lot of people do their first time getting drunk, I look into the mirror, and I meet my drunk self for the first time. Well, wait a minute, who the hell are you? Oh, well, I'm the drunk you. That's who I am. I'm a lot like sober you, but shittier, louder, and sometimes I think I know how to dance. Oh, okie dokie then. Now, at this point, things start to get a little hazy, because it's at this point your brain's like, hey, you can take it from here, right? I'm gonna run down to the store and get a pack of smokes. Try not to fuck yourself up too bad, okay? Now, the last thing that I distinctly remember from that night was playing WrestleMania on the Nintendo 64, which everybody knows is the greatest wrestling game known to man. But since I'm drunker than a sophomore at prom night, Brewer is just beating my ass, which goes to show how drunk I was, because Brewer sucks ass at WrestleMania. So Steve Austin, for Christ's sake, to beat my ass at the Blue Meanie of all people. But regardless, what happened after our little WrestleMania match, I couldn't tell you, because, well, I wasn't there. I mean, sure, I was there physically, but my brain was all getting a pack of Marlboro Reds, remember? According to everybody's testimony the next day, apparently I stood up on the couch and yelled something to the effect of, fuck the Blue Meanie. You guys want to see me do a drop kick for real? And then to nobody's amusement, I did a haphazard missile drop kick into the air and totally obliterated my shitty end table that I made in wood shop. Now that everybody's staring at me like I just ruined Christmas, I decided to do my finishing move. That, of course, is where I throw up on the floor like a newborn baby. Blah. Oh, sick! What kind of circus shit is going on here? Just when you think I couldn't possibly make an ass of myself anymore, I fucking stick my hand in my own puddle of throw up. Now, why the hell would I do something like that? Well, again, I have no idea. I wasn't there. But I think I was just trying to make sure that it was all real. Like, there was no way that I did that. This isn't my puke, is it? It doesn't feel like my puke. Well, at this point that everybody's just about finished with my fucking theatrics, so they cart me away, take me to bed like a child, and just before they close my door, my drunk ass has the audacity to wish Brewer one final happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday. Oh, God. The next morning, I wake up with what I would call a hangover from hell. My mouth tastes like the inside of a porta potty. My head feels like it was shoved up an asshole of some sort. I stumble out to the living room that now looks like a fucking crime scene from an episode of Law & Order, and I'm totally back. Whoa, what happened? Who the hell broke my end table? I got a B- on that goddamn thing. You did, you stupid drunk idiot. Then you fucking played patty cake with your puddle of puke like some kind of sick asshole. Needless to say, the moral of this story is pretty simple. Number one, don't drink a bunch of shitty tequila like it's the end of the world. Number two, don't make shitty bets on euchre when you suck ass at euchre. And number three, don't put your hand in your own throw up like some kind of drunk animal and ruin the whole goddamn birthday party. The end.
Brewster.com.
Houston, I think we have a problem. I believe you are right. Beautiful. That's finding any which way to drive the competition.
Earlier on, that is insane.
The rest to get back inside. Back in the ring now.
All right. Now I think it's safe to say that every decade has had their share of iconic toys. Like if you were a kid in the 1970s, you had like the Pet Rock, the old speaking spell that talked like the devil.
Hello, I am the devil. Spell the words murder.
Wait a minute, what?
You killed it, family law.
If you were a kid in the 1930s, all you had was like a fucking stick. Is this fun? I can't tell. I don't know. I haven't eaten in 3 days. Anything's fun at this point. Unfortunately for me, I grew up in the 1990s, which I have to admit had some pretty cool toys. So for all you youngins out there that grew up playing Flappy Frog or whatever the fuck it was that you did on your iPad, I'm going to go through 3 iconic toys from the 90s, and I'm going to give them a letter grade that corresponds to how cool I thought they were. First up, Tamagotchis. Now, Tamagotchis were my second grade class in my store back in the day. For those of you that are unaware, Tamagotchis were little digital pets that you take care of, you feed. If you were a weird kid in class, you probably fucking talk to it. You're my best friend in the whole world, Tamagotchi. I don't care if my dad says it's just a stupid sweet egg. They were a huge hit back then. Every kid had one. And why wouldn't you? You hear the sweet shit from a big-ass dog.
U.S. Championship. What makes you think you deserve that? I beat you, fair and square. Fair and square, unless you count the very clear fact that I was behind on sleep after doing all the American press. You're not going to drop this, are you? What about my American determination and work ethic makes you think I will relent from fighting injustice whenever and wherever I see it?
It was basically an electronic version of Simon Says.
Boy.
The game tells you what to do, and then you do it.
I'll play ball.
Okay.
I'll give you your title match.
Keep going until your stupid little
of course you will.
Gets overloaded and you screw
it's
up.
The right thing to do.
Game over. You lose. Now, the only problem that I had with the
on one condition.
Well, I don't really know how to say this,
again,
but,
you agree that we will be getting rid of the women's U.S. titles completely. I can't stand to hear you talk about it anymore.
I don't get it. Do I
can't just get rid of this championship. Mr. McMahon will be furious. We'll worry about that later.
Damn it, what did I tell you about messing around in your mother's Christmas store? Get over here, you're gonna get 10 across the ass. Regardless, I still think the Bop is a cool toy, even if it has some sexual overtones. Bop it.
Hold on, my beautiful U.S. Championship. I'm coming.
Game over. You lose. So I'm going to go ahead and give the Bop It a B- as a toy and a B+ for a sex toy. All right, moving on. Last but not least, we got the Furby. Now, the Furby was basically a three-dimensional version of the Tamagotchi, just a fucking stuffed animal that you're supposed to take care of. The Furbies had two main differences. One, they were annoying as hell, and two, they didn't fucking die. Now, these things were ugly as hell. I have no idea who the hell came up with the Furby, but I imagine it was some methed out guy in a board meeting like, all right, so what if we took like a Pokemon and then gave it Steve Buscemi's eyeballs and then we make it fart? Would you buy that? Oh, well, hell yeah, I'd buy that. I think I'd buy several. Now, personally, I didn't want anything to do with the Furbies when I was a kid. I mean, for one, I just didn't understand why anybody would want one in the first place. The thing just farts and talks bullshit to itself. I don't think everybody does that. What the hell do I need a Furby for? And for two, if they were creepy as hell. Even they talk, they talk in their own bullshit British language all the time. Eventually, they start to learn English, and they just effort in here and there. What the hell did this thing just say chicken paprika? Oh my god, it's learning! Burn it! We have to burn it and bury the ashes. The most horrific experience I ever had with the Furby was when I was staying over my friend's house one night, and all of a sudden his Furby the thing where the fucking frat out, Christ sake? Look over. Tommy's staring at this thing like goddamn poltergeist, terrified as hell. Meanwhile, this goddamn thing keeps yelling party over and over again, like it's a spring break in the Bahamas. And now I'm starting to freak out myself. I have to approach this Furby like a fucking hostage negotiator, because I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. I don't know if it's broken or if it's possessed by a fucking cutting itself.
And the devil, I command you to party with the Furby.
Tony, quick, how do I turn this thing off? I don't know, dude. Let's just ignore it and go back to sleep. So since I can't find an off switch or take the batteries out without a screwdriver, I decide to shake the shit out of it and hope for the best. Of course, there's no such thing as shaken Furby syndrome, so we're back to square one. Party! So now in a panic, I fuck this goddamn thing into Tommy's closet, and for the rest of the night, we listen to this fucking Furby babble on and on and on. Now, what that Furby was doing in Tommy's closet, I have no idea. But I imagine it was partying all night long, doing shots of tequila with a G.I. Joe and a fucking Etch-a-Sketch. So I think it's safe to say that we're going to have to give the old Furby a big fat F. Actually, let's give it 2 F's, and those can stand for perfect. How about that? The end.
You can feel the end coming.
Racegate.com.
Bad spot for Evans. Buster. And Evans is really being knocked around here. Lacey has to find.
And here at Blue Bunny, we employ the world's best bunnies to create fun-filled treats for people like you.
And the
Hey, who wants to try our new twist on soft serve? Crisco. How is this so far? Of course there's bunnies here.
The hero.
They're testing through the roof.
Dangerous.
All right, now everybody knows that working for a living blows. And especially blows when you have a bad day at work. Now, what do I know about bad days at work? After all, I'm a full-time YouTuber, for Christ's sake. A bad day at work for me consists of, like, me not being able to say the word all right with the correct inflection. All right. No, that's not right. All right? No, that's not it either. All right. I've worked real jobs before. My first job was being a cook at a pizza place. You really think that was a rootin' tootin' time? Sweating your ass off, making stuffed crust pizzas for drunk people all night long? Yeah, I think I had my fair share of bad days at work, to say the least. But the absolute worst work day that I had was ironically on my day off. And it wasn't just any day off, it was a Friday of all days. And Fridays are the busiest days of the week for pizza places because Fridays produce the most drunk people out of any day of the week. So I'm pretty happy to have that day off. But there was a slight catch. The day before, my boss was like, hey, I know it's your day off tomorrow and it's Friday, but we're running a new promotion, and if we get too busy, I'm going to have to call you and you're going to have to come in. Well, look at me. The person to call if there's a pizza emergency. That's right, I'm going to be on call, like I'm a fucking emergency room doctor. What's that? Somebody needs an emergency baboon heart transplant? I'm on my way. What's that? Somebody ordered a fuck ton of pepperoni pizzones? I'm on my way. So I'm out enjoying my Friday night at the fucking Wendy's because I'm broke as hell. And of course it doesn't take long before I get that phone call. Yeah, hey, it's me, your pizza boss. Everybody and their dad decided to call off today, and I'm going to need you to come in because it's the goddamn pizza apocalypse. Now, this Wendy's that I was at just so happened to be across the street from the pizza place. So like the world's shittiest superhero, I run out of Wendy's like the fucking building's on fire. I didn't even bother to grab my bike that's chained up. I just run across the street like a psychopath. I burst onto the scene like Darkwing Duck. My boss is like, oh, thank God you're here. This new promo is really slamming our dicks in a car door. So I get in the kitchen, and the only cook that's there besides me is this kid named Debbie. That's not his real name, of course. I just call him Debbie because he makes pizzas like a slut. And Debbie is the sluttiest name I could think of. So there we are, me and Debbie, the Laverne and Shirley of pizza making. I don't even put on an apron. I'm in street clothes and shit. People at the register are looking in the back like, what the hell? Did they just pull a crackhead off the street to start making pizzas? It doesn't matter because it's absolute pandemonium at this pizza place. I don't know what the hell kind of deal we were running back then, but it was like, buy a medium one topping and get a fucking bag of methamphetamine for free. Something like that. I don't know. We got the phones ringing off the hook. the ticket machine spewing out orders like it's possessed by the devil, and it's so damn hot in this kitchen that it feels like you're fucking working next to the mean-ass son from Mario 3 and shit. Meanwhile, our boss is nowhere to be found because he's too busy fucking texting people in the bathroom. You got Debbie's ass freaking out trying to man the ovens. He's got a look of sheer panic on his face, not to mention dumbass orders are coming in left and right from the counter. Do you guys think you could stuff the crust with a hot dog instead of cheese? I need a pizza that's topped with, you guys got pickles? I'll take pickles, and I don't know, how about a bag of Monopoly Codes? Yeah, can you guys spell out, sorry I beat up your mom's new boyfriend with the pepperoni?
You know, I thought completing on the engines prepared me for anything. Nothing got me ready for the next lawsuit here in WWE.
So now I start doing the job of 3 people, while Debbie's sitting on a fucking stool because he's more harm than good at this point. I'm making all the pizzas, I'm taking them out of the ovens, hell, I'm even taking orders over the phone when I have to. You want a pizza with just mushrooms on it?
Yeah,
Sick
get it all over the
just
country.
mushrooms. And this shit goes on for hours and hours. I have no idea how many orders we did that day. But I can tell you that fucking pizza place should have erected a 12-foot statue of my ass out front for the endeavors that I went through. Hell, things don't finally start to die down until it's damn near closing time. Before we can go home, we gotta scrub the whole kitchen down and make it all sparkly clean. Well, of course, as soon as we get done scrubbing the shit out of everything, our boss comes in like, hey, some lady just called and she said you burnt the shit out of her pizza. Can you remake it real quick?
You don't know what I went through over here.
Re-dirty the goddamn kitchen for one stupid-ass pizza, which I think is bullshit to begin with.
You know, I'm not the only one around here who came up on the American Industry.
Whoever this lady is a bullshitter, and she's just trying to get a free
Especially
pizza.
when it comes
Well,
to
imagine my surprise when my
underestimating
boss walks in again, and he's like, hey, that same lady just called. She said it was supposed to be a pepperoni pizza. You put a bunch of nasty mushrooms on it instead. And I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. I remember that lady. I took her order. I distinctly remember her ordering just mushrooms because, again, what kind of fucking pervert orders just mushrooms? Yeah, Mr. Pizza Boss, with all due respect, that lady is a fucking lion scorpion woman. Look, can you just remake it? I want to get out of here. If you need me, I'll be in the bathroom. Well, there we go. Making this lady's 3rd pizza, 2 minutes to close. And I'm not gonna lie, I was tempted to lick every single one of those goddamn pepperonis like a fucking postage stamp. Relax, relax, I didn't do it. I've never messed with somebody's food, no matter how badly they deserve it. So we get this lady's pizza done, and finally we get a chance to close up. Me and Debbie are sitting outside, looking like we just fucking stormed the beaches of Normandy. All of a sudden, out in the parking lot, we see a guy in a bike pull up, and then another guy in a pickup truck pulls up right behind him. And it's pretty dark out, so it's hard to make out what's going on or who's out there. But we see these 2 guys load up the bike in the back, and then they take off. Huh. Well, that was weird. I wonder what that was all about. Well, it wasn't until I went back to Wendy's to pick up my 10 speed that I found out that I didn't have a fucking 10 speed anymore. And at first, I didn't even register what the hell happened. I was standing there for like 15 seconds like...
nothing yet. I just hope they stay away from my rental car. You should have ponied up for the insurance, you cheapskate. Making that shoulder a priority. Able to reverse that one.
Oh, God damn it! I just watched my own bike get stolen. So after that, I walked the fuck home, and that's the conclusion of my worst workday ever. Actually, it doesn't quite end there. Remember the mushroom/pepperoni pizza lady that lied her ass off? Well, before I left work, I took her order ticket because it had her phone number on it, and when I got home late at night, I called her on the old telephone. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Why did you lie to me? What? Who is this? You lied. I know you lied. Just know that I may or may not have licked all the pepperonis.
Brewster.com.
She responds with a counter.
When you find a charcoal toothpaste that epically whitens your smile, you might find yourself...
Alright, being poor sucks. I wouldn't recommend being poor. I've been poor for most of my life. I've been living on my own since I was 17 years old. When I was 17, I lived with my roommate Brewer in a duplex. Now that right there should give you an idea of how much money we had. We couldn't even rent a whole house. We rented half a house. Our landlord's like, you guys get the top part, this random stranger gets the bottom part, you guys share a basement and make awkward conversation from time to time. You got it? Alright, cool. Let me say, our asses were broke living in that duplex. I was so broke, if I found a nickel on the ground, I wouldn't just put it in my pocket. I'd bust out my wallet and put that baby in there nice and secure. You're not going anywhere. I could buy half a Tootsie Roll with you, and there's nothing quite like being hungry and having no money. We'd just be sitting there sometimes. Well, we have no money until we get paid on Friday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Oh, well, looks like we're fucked. Well, we had a good run. I guess it's time to kill ourselves. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. What's the cheapest way to not feel hungry when you have no money? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's going to sleep. Just take your ass to bed. You can't feel hungry when you're asleep. Now, can you? Like using a cheat code. All right, I'm going to sleep for the next 3 days until we get paid again. Wake me up when we can eat. There's one time we scavenged the whole house, checking underneath all the furniture for any loose change, and somehow we managed to scrape together a decent amount of money, and we were able to buy a whole box of Hamburger Helper. Oh, yeah, we're going to eat good tonight. We're at the grocery store, frolicking down the aisle. We're dumping all our change on the counter, and the cashier just hit a jackpot on a slot machine. We get home, and Brewer decides to cook this Hamburger Helper in what looks like the oldest, most decrepit pan I've ever seen in my life. It's got rust marks on it. It's all crusty and shit. This damn thing looked like he salvaged it from the Titanic. He serves it up, and there's like these black speckles mixed in the food. And I'm like, what is this, pepper? You put pepper in this? No, it wasn't pepper. Spoiler alert. It was like the metal coating on the pan that scraped off, mixed in with the food. Oh, well, that's gross. What are we supposed to do now? Well, I'll tell you what we did. We ate it anyway. Not much of a choice there now, was it? This tastes like soot and metal. Yeah, it sure does. There'd be people on Fear Factor that wouldn't even eat this shit. And we're over here getting seconds. It's really not that bad if you close your eyes and try to think of something else. And if we weren't worried about food being on the table, we definitely were worried about getting utilities shut off every month. You get a disconnection notice in the mail, for the gas, for the electric, goddamn utilities you didn't even know existed. You get a knock on the door. Yeah, hi, Oxygen Company. We're here to shut your shit off. Oxygen Company? What the hell? Bring in the vacuum. We had our gas shut off for a whole summer one time. No more warm showers, no more dryer. That gas oven in your kitchen, well, that just turned into extra counter space. That's what that is. We're not paying the gas bill. What are you, crazy? Most people like having a functioning oven in their kitchen, you know. Some people even see it as a necessity. But us, no, we didn't need that gas oven. We just got an electric toaster oven and put it right on top of our old oven. There we go. Problem solved. Now we can make our Tostitos pizzas again. We had our water shut off for a week one time. Guess what? Now you got no working toilets. Where are you supposed to shit now, smarty pants? If you have ever had the joy of having your water shut off, then you know that you have one remaining flush in that tank on your toilet. You better make it count. So let's do some quick poop math. You could probably take like 4 shits in that thing and maybe like, I don't know, 20 pisses before things start breaking the crest of the rim. Now everybody in the house rushes to go to the bathroom like it's the last helicopter out of Vietnam. Everybody get in here! We're making the most out of this last flush. Now, you can still use your toilet if you dump some water bottles in the tank. Manufacture your own flush there. One time I didn't have any water bottles, but I did have an old 2-liter of flat Mountain Dew sitting there in the kitchen, and I got to thinking, that'll work, right? Why wouldn't it? So there I am, dumping Mountain Dew into a toilet tank so I could poop in it. It was probably at this moment in my life where I was like, man, I should really get my life sorted out. This is not how I pictured my life to be. And while we're on this subject of pooping when you're poor, what are you supposed to wipe with when you got 3 nickels in your wallet? Because toilet paper, sure as shit, is a luxury at that point in your life. I've wiped my ass with so many different substances. Not having proper toilet paper, I could write a book on it. How to poop when you're poor. What to wipe with, what to flush with. I'm talking McDonald's napkins, coffee filters. You start looking at how fluffy the cat is, thinking, hey, you know what? It's a possibility if worse comes to worse. The cat's hiding under the couch and shit. You know something's up. You're not wiping with me, buddy. No siree. But having the water or the gas shut off, that wasn't that big of a deal to us. We can deal with that. We'll make do. But where I draw the line is the internet. We tried to pay that bill as best we could. But no matter how hard we tried, we still got our internet shut off probably about 15 times. You'd be sitting there one day trying to log into your MySpace. You get one of these bad boys pop up on your browser. Oh, God damn it. We don't have any internet. What is this, Pakistan? How am I supposed to switch around my MySpace top 8? We still have Tom in there, for Christ's sake. Everybody's going to think I'm some kind of loser. I will gladly shit in some Mountain Dew, but I will be damned if I don't have any internet.
It still get even worse.
BruceDew.com.
Whatever's playing here can't be good.
We didn't arrive at the most hidden of gems, but I hit this hair salon by.
Alright, now some of you may know that before I started in the business of drawing crappy stick figure cartoons, I used to work at a car dealership. And when I first started working there, I started as a porter in the service department. And being a porter sucked ass. You were on the bottom rung of the employment ladder, which meant you had to do all the shitty jobs that nobody else wanted to do. Yeah, I guess the toilets broke down today, so I'm gonna have you manually scoop all the shit out with this tiny shovel and bucket. Oh, and by the way, Bill had a cheesy gordita crunch yesterday, so you might want to wear like a poncho maybe. So needless to say, it didn't take long for me to be like, wow, this job sucks ass. I'm going to work here a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to find something better. But instead of doing that, I worked there for 7 years. Oh, god damn it. And indeed, it did suck ass. It sucked so much that I got my friend Brewer a job there so he could be just as miserable as I was. Now, our main job as porters was to check in customers when they brought their broke-ass cars to get fixed. But a good portion of our job was just me and Brewer standing around by the tires and laughing like Beavis and Butthead all day long. Our boss would get all pissed like, oh, come on, guys, don't just stand there. Pick up a broom. Okay. Now, most of the customers that came in were not in the best of moods. I mean, they're getting their car fixed. How good of a mood can you be in? Hello, sir. What brings you in today? Well, you guys sold me a Ford Focus that drives like old people fuck. That's what brings me in today. Okay, right this way. But it was always funny watching Brewer talk to customers because Brewer is a pretty eccentric person, and not everybody knows how to handle his ass. He'd walk up to people like, all right. This guy talking like he's fucking Willy Wonka. I don't like it. Now, one time in particular, this lady comes in, and she's like, is Brewer here? He helped me with you guys employ people with his special needs. Special needs? Oh my god, this lady thinks Brewer's retarded. Yeah, he's one of a kind. I try to keep an eye on him. He often gets very confused and frightened, but I try to do my best. But I'll be sure to give these cookies to his goofy ass for you. Brewer comes back from lunch and I'm like, hey, what did you say to that lady you helped today? I don't know, why? Well, because she thought you were retarded, Brewer, that's why. And she gave you some cookies. Thought I was what? Oh, the hell with that. I got cookies out of it at least. Now, the other part of our job was to move cars to and from the service side. And you'd think that would be an easy job. But nothing's an easy job when it's 7:30 in the morning and you're a half-awake, severely hungover 20-year-old kid. My ass was barely coherent in the morning. Now, one time I got into somebody's car, and instead of pressing down on the brake, I pushed down on the gas pedal instead. All of a sudden, the car starts revving up like crazy. My dumb ass doesn't even realize it. I'm thinking it's somebody else. I'm fucking redlining the engine and shit. I'm looking around like, who's the dumb idiot that's about to blow up a car engine? Get off the gas pedal, you stupid asshole. Oh, I'm the dumb idiot. So I get out of the car all embarrassed. Yeah, sorry, I almost blew up your car. I don't know how cars work, apparently. But the worst part about driving other people's cars is that some people are filthy animals. One time this car came in, and it was practically filled to the ceiling with old-ass McDonald's bags and half-eaten cheeseburgers. Ah, sick. It smells like Ronald McDonald's asshole in this piece. So I'm driving this garbage car out of the service aisle. The whole time I'm talking shit about the car to myself. God damn it, it smells like Rosie O'Donnell's belly button in here. I can't stand it. I parked the car, and all of a sudden I realize there's been a kid sitting in the back seat the entire time. Whoa, there's a small child back there. Small child. What are you doing back there? So now I have to escort this kid back to the service aisle and pray to God that he doesn't tell his parents about all the shit I was talking about their car. So listen here, kid. I'm going to give you this $1 bill, and all that Rosie O'Donnell belly button talk's going to stay between us, okay? But being a porter wasn't all bad. Sometimes you got to drive really nice cars, like this guy that would bring in a sweet-ass Shelby GT. The only problem was I had no idea how to drive stick shift. So there I am, installing this dude's Mustang out every 3 fucking feet. The owner standing outside watching me the entire time. Holy hell, just get out of the car. I'll take it from here. You probably just fucked my clutch up 8 different ways. Don't you know how cars work? If you thought that was bad, it was nothing compared to what I did to these old people's van. You see, these old people came in to pick up their big-ass van that we just fixed, so I pulled it up for them. And since these people were somewhere between 80 and 1,000 years old, I decided to back it into the service aisle for them. Well, as I'm backing up, the overhead door starts to come down, and guess what happened? That's right, I slammed their fucking van through the overhead door like I was in a goddamn Jason Statham movie. Holy hell, Barbara, I'm having heart palpitations. We were standing there watching the whole thing. Yeah, who's the retard now, huh? I get out and I have no idea what to say. Sorry, I don't know how cars work. I didn't really mean to ram your minivan through the overhead door like a psychopath. So needless to say, we had to fix their car again. And needless to say, nobody wanted me to bring cars up anymore. Yeah, we really can't have you flinging vans through overhead doors all willy-nilly. But I have good news. Somebody took a shit in one of the urinals, so you can help out with that.
Brewster.com. Introducing the all-new with impressive scoring.
All right, now I think it's fair to say that everybody holds their first car near and dear to their heart. My first car was a 2004 Chevy Cavalier, and this thing was a beast. We're talking just under 250,000 miles on the odometer, brakes that sounded like a dying animal every time I came to a stop. What the hell was that, a goose? Who's murdering a gosling with their bare hands? But I didn't care, it was my first car. She will always be a classic to me. You know how there's like old dudes in their 60s that restore classic cars that they had back in the day? Well, that's going to be my ass someday, but with a shitty Chevy Cavalier instead. Yeah, little Billy, that's a 2.2-liter four-cylinder engine in her. That baby can go 0 to 60 in just under 12 minutes. Hell, I even gave my first car a name. I named her Michelle. Why did I name her Michelle? I don't know. You're not my dad. I don't gotta answer all your goddamn questions. The car just looked like a Michelle. Sounded like a good name to me. Now, since you already read the title of this video, you know damn well that it's not gonna end too great for old Shelly. I mean, I did have this car for a solid 6 years, but like a lot of dumbasses in their early 20s, I ended up wrecking my first car. How did I wreck it? Well, it all began one night at my friend Cody's house. We were all playing poker, having a good time, but then 1 in the morning rolls around, and I want to take my tired ass to bed. So I pack up my poker chips and head out to go home. And of course, Cody's punk ass had to talk shit right before I left. Hey, way to be a big, tired pussy crybaby. I hope you cracked your car on the way home. So there I am on my way home. I'm at this red light, struggling to keep my eyes open. Oh, God damn it, I just need to stay awake. My house is in pissing distance, for Christ's sake. Just a bit further. Yeah, your ass better wake up. You're looking pretty goddamn lethargic right now. Whoa, Ted Danson, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm here to see if you wanted to go buy pogo sticks from your 4th grade gym teacher. Why the hell would I want to buy pogo sticks from my 4th grade gym teacher? Oh, well, because you're sleeping right now, and this is a fucking dream. Time to wake up, idiot. What the hell was that all about? Hey, asshole! The middle of the road makes a shitty place to take a snooze, don't you think? So I dozed off at this red light like an idiot. And you know, you'd think at this point I'd just pull over, maybe take a quick nap, you know, be responsible and whatnot. But I'm a dumbass in my early 20s, remember? I keep on going. To hell with everybody's safety, including my own. I'm a big, selfish asshole. So now I'm literally 1 block away from my house. It's the home stretch. God damn that Ted Danson. The fuck do I need pogo sticks for? Hey, you! It's me, Ted Danson again. Hey, you want to go play Chutes and Ladders with Bob Saget? God damn it, Ted, why would I want to play Chutes and Ladders with Bob Saget? Because it sounds a lot better than crashing into a parked car on the side of the road, that's for sure. Wait, what? And just like that, I crashed into a parked car on the side of the road. But when I say I crashed into it, I mean I hit the damn thing so hard that I pushed it into the truck that was parked in front of it. Now, thank God I didn't kill anybody, including myself. All of a sudden, the owner of the car I just destroyed comes screaming out of her house like she's on fire. What the hell did you do to my car? I don't even know what to say to this lady. I mean, I just crumple up her car like it's last week's homework and shit. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. If there's anything I can do, can you unfuck up my car? Can you do that? Well, no, I can't do that, but I do have insurance. It's shitty, but I still have it. Before you know it, the cops are on the scene of the accident. All right, who's the drunk idiot that made this mess? I'm not drunk. I fell asleep at the wheel. What kind of drunk idiot falls asleep at the wheel? I smell a DWI. So since this cop is convinced that I just Lindsay Lohan my way into this lady's car, he makes me take like 5 different sobriety tests. And if you've ever taken a sobriety test before, well, it sucks major ass. You gotta stand there all nervous as hell. They're shining flashlights in your eyeballs, making you do all this random shit. All right, I want you to raise your left leg, touch your pinky to your nose, and name all 4 of the Golden Girls. All 4 of the Golden Girls? What the hell? Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, the super old one. I passed the test and proved my sobriety. I still gotta take it for failure to control, which I mean is fair. I fucking failed to control pretty hardcore after all. So after destroying 3 vehicles and terrorizing a neighborhood, I didn't know what else to do, so I just walked my ass home. I called Cody as soon as I get back. Hey, thanks a lot for your well wishes tonight. Just crashed my car. What are you, a fucking witch doctor or what? The next day I walked back to assess the damage. My car's the only one that's still there at this point, or whatever's left of it, considering a third of it shattered on the ground. But for the hell of it, I tried to start my car anyways, and to my surprise, it actually does. Granted, the dashboard's lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree, but I'll be damned, Shelly is still alive. So there I am, driving down the street, have my car dragging on the ground, looking like the world's shittiest parade float. I parked Shelly in front of my house, backwards. I'm pretty sure my car would explode if I happened to pull it in the driveway, and that's where it stays for the next 2 days. So imagine my surprise when I go outside one day, and Shelly is nowhere to be found. What the? What, did somebody steal my car? Who the hell steals 2/3 of a car? Hey, mister, the cops came and towed that pile of garbage in front of your house. Hey, you little shit, that pile of garbage had a name. Don't you dare talk bad about Michelle. So apparently somebody called the police, and apparently you're not allowed to have a half-mangled vehicle parked illegally in a residential area. What the fuck ever. So that meant that I had to go down to the impound, bail Shelly out of jail, and then scrap her for a few $100. And that was the end of Michelle the Chevy Cavalier. So the moral of the story is, if you're falling asleep while driving a motor vehicle, don't try to drive the fucking motor vehicle. Don't be an idiot like I was, putting the whole goddamn neighborhood at stake. The end.
Active recovery is essential. I wear UPOs because my training never stops.
Alright, so I guess it's that time of year again. My birthday has come and went, and here I am another year older. But this time it's different, because this time I turned 30. 30 years old? Jesus Christ, somebody get this geriatric some Metamucil. That's right, I'm 30. I'm old now. I can officially go around telling kids stories about the old times. Back in my day, we only had 151 Pokemon. And if we wanted to go on the internet, we had to use dial-up. What's dial-up, Grandpa? I don't want to talk about it. I have to admit that I'm a little pessimistic when it comes to my birthday these days. I don't get all excited like when I was a kid. My God, I'm 10 years old now. I have this here holographic Charizard. I have the world by its ass. But maybe I'm just being a big wussy crybaby. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more optimistic. My God, I'm 30 years old now. I still have this holographic Charizard. That means I still have the world by its ass. After all, it's not like I'm super old like some people. What are you complaining about? Wait till you get into your 70s, where every time you take a piss, it feels like a goddamn colony of fire ants is tap dancing through your urethra. But you know what? It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. And if I want to sit in the dark by myself and contemplate my own mortality for my 30th birthday, then by God, I'm going to do it. But luckily, instead, that wonderful wife of mine decided to plan a surprise 2-day trip on my birthday. And that trip was to Mackinac City up in Michigan. And if you're not familiar with Mackinac City, they have a bridge, they have an island, and they have about 9,000 different foot shops for your fat ass to try. Now, the hotel we were staying at was right on the beach, which meant there was roughly 4,000 seagulls hanging outside of our back door. Like Home Alone 2 in this thing. But there was this one fat seagull that stood out from the rest of them, and his name was Derek. I know his name was Derek because I named him Derek. Derek the Seagull. And Derek's ass was the alpha male of all the seagulls. And any food that was coming his way was all his. He was attacking everybody. That's his territory. He's a fucking maniac. Look at him go.
As a WWE cameraman is when I get the perfect angle of amazing look on a WWE superstar. I share all my favorite shots online. I love to update my social media with their finisher. Would you indulge me?
Just shit on me? Oh, now there's bird shit on my hand. God damn it. All right, so maybe not a great start to the Mackinac trip, but it gets better. The next day, we decide to go to Mackinac Island. And since we've never been there before, our dumbasses think that there's a bridge that you can just drive across. We're Googling driving directions and shit. Well, this can't be right. It says here we have to drive a fucking submarine 4 miles through Lake Huron. Oh, wait a minute, there's a ferry. You're supposed to take a fucking boat across. We're stupid. So we take this ferry out to Mackinac Island, and everything's going fine. That is, until we notice that there's a lady sitting by us that's breastfeeding a very, very large child. Oh my God, don't look now, but I think there's a lady breastfeeding a fucking 9-year-old. There's a what? Oh my God, what the hell? Now, I don't have a problem with breastfeeding in public, but this shit looked like a midget trying to get to second base, for Christ's sake. What the hell are you staring at? I'm on my lunch break. So needless to say, we get the hell off the ferry as fast as we can. You want to get a beer? Yeah, I think I need a beer after seeing that shit. So we go to a local brewery on the island, and like all breweries, they have a bunch of weird beers that you can try. Ooh, this one tastes like a peanut butter sandwich. Oh God, this one tastes like a fucking Duracell battery. What the hell? We look over to the table next to us, and guess what we see? That's right, it's Milky and her son. Kid's still got a fucking milk mustache still on his lip and shit. Okay then, time to leave. I'm not sticking around to watch this kid after dessert. Let's go. So now we decide to rent mountain bikes to ride around the island. The only problem was that my bike was messed up, and the gears would change all willy-nilly by themselves. Now I'm riding around the island looking like a guy that doesn't know how to work his 10 speed. Wow, that guy must be wasted. Yeah, I wonder how many Duracell battery beers he had. Jesus Christ. So we go riding around Mackinac Island with my bike that's possessed by the devil. And I have to say that Mackinac Island is pretty as hell. The water's all crystal clear. The shit looks like a goddamn Bob Ross painting. You see, I'm used to the dirty-ass Maumee River, where the water looks like chocolate milk. It smells like dead people. But out here, it's like riding through a goddamn Lisa Frank bullet. Holy hell, look at that unicorn on that path made out of rainbow. So after spending all day on Mackinac made-up fairy tale, and we take the last ferry back to the mainland. And this is where we go to our final stop of the trip, a dark sky park. You see, prior to the trip, my wife got me a telescope because, well, you know, I'm a big nerd, and I like to look at planets and shit. And a dark sky park is the best place to use a telescope because, well, it's dark. You can actually see shit up in the sky. It's not like your backyard back in the city where you look up and just see 2 dots and a fucking McDonald's sign. So I'm out there with this telescope. I'm trying to pretend to know what the hell I'm doing and some of these other people that actually do know what the hell they're doing. Everything was fine until it came time to leave the park. Because now I have to disassemble a whole goddamn Newtonian telescope in the pitch black. I mean, I brought a lantern with me to help me see, but you can't use any white light because, well, it's a dark sky park. No lights are allowed. There I am, Helen Kellerate this thing back in the bag, and all of a sudden, my lantern goes off. Now I got lights shooting in every direction. There's like a fucking flashbang going off. And of course this lantern wasn't an ordinary lantern. I had to get the 1,000 lumens holy shit lantern. This thing looked like a fucking bat signal in the sky, for Christ's sake. Hey, you stupid idiot! We're trying to look at planets and shit! And that right there is how we concluded our little trip to Mackinac City. I'm pissing off a bunch of nerds in the dark. So special thanks to my wonderful wife for making my transition into my 30s as least depressing as possible. And if you're looking for a good time, check out Mackinac City, home of Derek the Seagull, the Duracell battery deer, and last but not least, the milk mustache of Mackinac.
Yeah, she's looking drained. I don't know how much is even left in her.
Shayna there keeping that stream of offense in check.
Shayna able to stop that surge dead in its tracks. What a counter against Shayna.
Go to bed, Abby. What'd you say? You go to bed.
No.
Tell us what you think about our new twist on soft serve, Twist Code.
This
hasn't where to go. Write that down, Jeremy.
All right. Now, when I was growing up, the internet was still very much in its infancy. Being a kid at that time, I had no idea what the internet even was. What? The internet? Who the hell's the internet? Until one day I was in school in the computer lab, and I watched a kid bypass the firewall and look at cheat codes for the silly PlayStation. Well, holy hell, after that, I was hooked. To be sure, it was dial-up back then, and it took 46 minutes to navigate through websites. Tony Davis, that kid on my speech, that's what if that's what the internet had to offer, sign me up. So I started hoarding all those AOL file CDs that they put on your mail like some kind of maniac. I got $40,000 of free internet content. Stop me now. That didn't make a difference because our computer at home was overbuilt. It was built when the fucking flock of seagulls were popular. It didn't have a web browser or Microsoft Paint or that sweet-ass Space Cadet pinball game that everybody blew ass at. No, it was just a fucking DOS prompt screen blinking in the face. Nobody in my whole household knows how to use the damn thing. How do I make the fun thing pop up on the screen? Oh, I don't know. What the fuck do I look like? A scientist? I'm afraid of that goddamn thing. Turn it off. For the most part, our computer was just stuck in the corner of our dining room, basically a piece of furniture at this point. Well, damn, looks like I don't get the internet after all. But that's all right, because my friend David had a computer, and unlike my flock of seagull piece of shit, his was made much more recently, like circa Lou Bega Mambo No. 5 time. The trumpet. And what was even better is his ass had Roller Coaster Tycoon. And back then, Roller Coaster Tycoon was bigger than Bill Clinton. Everybody in the goddamn neighborhood would go over to David's house and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Hell, David didn't even exist to us as a person back then. We'd all be hanging out in the front yard like, hey, want to go over to Roller Coaster Tycoon's house? Oh, you bet your ass I do. Hey, do you guys want to go jump on the trampoline or something? No, piss off. We're drowning people in the lake and shooting people off the shuttle loop. But as great as Roller Coaster Tycoon was, it was a total game changer when David's mom got dial-up internet in his house. And I remember that weekend very vividly, because that was the weekend that me and Michael stayed the night at David's house and pirated a bunch of music off the internet. As soon as David's mom went to bed, David looked at us and was like, have you guys ever heard of Napster.com? Napster.com? What the hell's that? What if I told you that we could have in our possession every Limp Bizkit and Weird Al Yankovic song known to man? Get the fuck out of here. Even the Nookie? Yes, even the Nookie. Oh my God, I can't fucking believe it. So our asses hop on David's blazing fast 96K modem. Holy hell, why does your computer sound like fucking R2-D2 having a stroke? Oh, that's just the sound the internet makes. What the hell is that? The Russians? Are the Russians attacking? Now, our little asses stole so much music that night, Metallica to this day is probably still looking for a kid in a Scottie Pippen jersey to serve a subpoena to. And sure, it took 45 minutes for a single song to download. That didn't keep us from downloading like every WWF entrance music known to man.